Players, make me understand why this man even had a bond. Make me understand how the justice system can lock up a minor for 3 years for allegedly stealing a backpack, but they can't keep a person in custody that allegedly took advantage of a 17-year-old girl in the worst way. He was arrested for that back in February. He had a 15-year-old girl at his home in which he impregnated and had a 1-year-old child with. And his wife wrote all of this in a protection order because she feared for her safety. Now, he went to the school and murdered his ex-wife in front of their 9-year-old child. He murdered the 15-year-old, abducted the 1-year-old. Make it make sense because it doesn't. Thankfully, the 1-year-old was found safe, and he took himself out the game. Y'all grab your tea and have a seat. Let's talk about this. So this is 39-year-old Elias Huizar. He was a police officer from 2013 to 2022. He also worked as a school resource officer. Now, he was relieved from his duties when they learned that he had been messing around with a underage girl. Apparently, he met this girl while working as a school resource officer. She was 11 years old at the time. Now, he ended up getting this girl pregnant, and apparently she was living with him with their 1-year-old child. Now, after he was relieved from his duties as a police officer and a school resource officer, he went on to work in the school district, the Richland School District, as a substitute teacher. But he was ultimately relieved from those duties when they learned that he had taken advantage of a 16-year-old girl in the worst way in his home. Apparently, she was friends with the 15-year-old girl that he impregnated. That girl was living with him, and he got them both drunk. She woke up and he was on top of her, taking advantage of her. So Elias was arrested in February of 2023 on charges of second-degree rape and furnishing alcohol to minors. Now, he was given a $250,000 bond. Now, in the meantime, his ex-wife, Amber Rodriguez, who has 2 children with him, a 5 and a 9-year-old, put in several requests for a protection order. She outlined all of the allegations against him, as well as saying that she feared for her safety. Meanwhile, 15-year-old Angelica Santos and her 1-year-old child is living in the home with him. On Monday, things came to a head when Elias went to the elementary school where his ex-wife was working. He allegedly shot her 8 times in front of other students as well as his 9-year-old child. Then he fled the scene, and police officers began looking for him. When they went to his home, they found 15-year-old Angelica Santos deceased in the home, and her 1-year-old baby was missing, so they put out an Amber Alert. According to reports, he fled in a silver Toyota Corolla. Officers were able to track him to Oregon, where he had been spotted, and they began a pursuit. Apparently, there was gunfire exchanged in which they were able to get him off the road. And when they went to the vehicle, thankfully, they found the baby unharmed in the vehicle. He was taken to the hospital, and they found Elias with a self-inflicted wound. The families of his ex-wife, Amber Rodriguez, and the 15-year-old Angelica Santos have put up a GoFundMe. They stated that Angelica just wanted to have her child have a complete family, and they believe that she was also taken advantage of in the worst way by Elias. It's also important to note that on the same day that he murdered his ex-wife and the 15-year-old girl, he was expected in court on those rape charges. Of course, here at the Black Accurate News, I send my condolences out to the families of Amber and Angelica. This is so very sad. Also, to that child that was taken advantage of in the worst way by this monster. It's ridiculous and a hot boo-boo shitty mess that he was even able to be out on bond. How does that happen when you have a 15-year-old in the home that he impregnated and had a 1-year-old child with? Make it make sense because it doesn't. All right, players, put your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. This is Double D Mother for the Black Accurate News.